Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of I Really Said That, where I'm just as shocked as you are. Today, it's going to be a podcast about just being different. That's my entire subject today. I didn't really know what to speak about for this podcast, so I was just like shooting the shits with myself, me speaking to myself, like in the mirror, you know. So today is gonna be more like a chill episode. You know what I'm saying? But don't think that I won't get crazy, cause I will. I will. Okay. Um, being different is okay. That's pretty much what the podcast is gonna be about. And I don't know if you guys are like aware, but I took my hair out, and last time I feel like every other podcast my hair changes, and you guys are gonna have to stay clear of that because I will be doing that. So yeah, I got it out. I got it in like this little fro right here. The reason why I put this polyester thing on, right? Is this no, it's not polyester. Okay, it's like silk or something like that. It's supposed to be something that it's like a headband for sweat, but I use it for my hair. So yeah, my hair is like I have like a lot of hair, and like my afro is like you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just tied up because this is the closest thing that I'm gonna get to a ponytail. You know what I mean? Okay. So the zoomies that I have for this week is a lot, guys, a lot, because a lot of things have been annoying me more than usual. Like a lot of things are getting on my fucking nerves, like pissing me off. Okay. Um, one of them being okay, you know, okay. So what happened this week? Nothing really happened this week for me, guys. I literally just went to work. I've called out the last 2 days because there was somebody at my job that was being fucking racist, and that shit made me fucking uncomfortable, and I didn't go to work. But other than that, it's been fine. I don't know. What are you guys up to? S- Chat, go off in the comments below and let me know what you done this week. Me with only 66 subscribers. um, I don't really know what other zoomies I have because I feel like a lot of the things that I want to talk about, like topic wise, it's like hair on my lappy, toppy. Oh my, okay. Um, Also, I have like notes here. So, I'm happy that people like my podcast. That's number one. Number two, there's this thing about me, right? Where okay, ever since I can formulate thoughts, ever since I've gotten my own sense of thought, I like expensive things. I I like expensive things, and not because I'm rich. My boyfriend is rich, not me. But I have a rich state of mind, and I like to exude that with things that, possibly I can't afford. Thank God for Klarna. You know what I'm saying? But I like expensive things. I like spending money on things that cost a lot because I feel like the quality of it is a lot better and it lasts a lot longer. Am I wrong, guys? Like there's like there's like shampoos even that I buy that are like very like it's not it's more on the pricier side, but like I feel like you get the bang for your buck because like a little goes a long way. Instead of buying like a cheap ass CVS shampoo that's gonna like probably rip your fucking edges out, and I mean, like I would rather buy the more expensive thing. And like, listen, I understand some people don't have the financial discrepancies to get stuff like that, but me personally, I make it happen so that I can have shit that is expensive for myself because I feel like those are the only things that works when it comes to hair care, um, hair products, clothes, anything that like it has to be expensive. But I'm not talking about like I'm not gonna like buy like Olaplex. I don't want to try it, but I have like Sacred, I have Pattern, I have Way, like I have all of these expensive like hair care stuff. But like you spend what you spend is what you're investing in yourself. Like I always say, life is short. Okay, so spend your money. You can't take it with you. You know what I'm saying? Me being financially irresponsible, like making up an excuse for it, but like. honestly speaking, I feel like when you invest in yourself, when like things are like expensive and like it works for you, I feel like it'll, it'll show. Like literally. Like, I mean, I also use Fenty hair as well. Their products are very, very good. And also, whenever I buy lip glosses, like I buy, like my boyfriend knows that I have expensive taste. He knows that for sure. Um, there's a Ulta 2 minutes away from us, unfortunately. But I like I didn't like I am so accustomed to having nice things for myself that when I see certain things, like if I see a lip gloss for like $22, I'm like, that's not expensive. But then I have people being like, you could get that at CVS, or you could get that at this place or that, like you could get it like drugstore and it'll be like $4. Listen, I'm not knocking that, okay? Because I love a good drugstore lip gloss, but I'm just saying that the packaging, the way that it applies, the things that the way that it looks, like I feel like it's I would rather spend the $22. I'm not gonna hold you. And I did not know, because I just got into lip glosses like 2 years ago. I didn't know that lip glosses like are not supposed to be 22 to 26, $30. Like my boyfriend bought me multiple Dior lip oils and they're like $50. But I know that's expensive for sure, but I just like expensive shit, like because it looks better, you feel better, like the packaging is good. Am I repeating myself? Am I repeating myself? Oh my god. But yeah, I've always been an expensive bitch. Like, look, my skincare. Do you guys see my skin? Like, come on. I, it speaks for itself. Okay, it speaks for it fucking self. I'm never gonna let anybody make me feel bad for it. Like, I'm an expensive bitch. Okay, I like expensive shit. Life is short, and even though this is from Amazon, I paid like 220 for this, but still, like, I like I like expensive shit. Anyway, um, and people should be able to like those things. Like it, if there's a person that is constantly balling on a budget, or you have somebody that has like $25 in their account, but their body is tea, their bag is tea, everything on them is tea, and they look good, the house down hunty boots. I mean, they should be allowed to do that. Show up how you want to. It's fun. Um, there's another thing that I wanted to talk about, because okay, there's this thing where specifically white people and bigoted people who align with white bigotry, or like racism all in all, they have this mantra of like, so say for example, say somebody says something that's like vile, and it's like vitriol hate, and they're like, well, what about the First Amendment, freedom of speech? Okay, are you stupid? Right? Because freedom of speech does not exile freedom of consequence. I mean, the consequences for your freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. You could do whatever you want, but whatever you do and whatever you say when it comes to freedom of speech, consequences come after that. So if you want to say racist shit, the consequences are you might lose your job. If you want to go and murder somebody, consequences are you're going to jail. You could do whatever you want. And you can say whatever you want, but that does not mean that you're going to say it and be like, "The First Amendment protects me." It doesn't protect you in the sense where you could say whatever the hell you want and there's no consequence behind it. Are you guys stupid? Like, the people that say shit like that is always the conservative right wing people. They're just like, well, what about freedom of speech? You're taking away from my freedom of speech. Nobody's taking away anything, okay? Just like nobody wanted to fucking have your bean casserole, okay? Because white people is listen, I'm gonna go off on a tangent. White people have no culture. I don't care what anybody says. White people have no culture. What's their culture? Oh, you know what it is? Oppression. That's white people's fucking culture. Taking away, stealing. That's it. People of color, we all know that our culture has been copied. It's been people with generations that go by, and like with years that go by, people keep repeating it because it's fucking it's tea. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So whenever, back to my point, whenever I see people saying shit like, oh well, what about freedom of speech? Well, I mean, you could say whatever you want, but it can't be fucked up shit. If you want to sit here and call me the N word with the hard R at the end, I mean, guess what? You're gonna be fucking, you're not gonna have a fucking job. honestly speaking. And I made a TikTok about this and I made an Instagram post about this. There are people that are white that feel like just because they don't say the hard R, or they're not being like very like outwardly racist, that that doesn't, anything else that they do that aligns with that, it's not racist because I'm not calling you the N word. Okay, but you could sit here and be like, why your braids so tight? Or you could sit here and be like, look at your nappy hair. Or you could sit here and say, there's so many other things like, oh, where you from? The hood? Oh, I don't want to deliver in the hood. And listen, I'm kind of getting, I don't want to out nobody as being racist. I'm gonna do it. So there's somebody at my job, okay? I don't know why I thought that I was gonna sit here and shut the fuck up about that. There is somebody at my job that so there I work in a place where there is a more ghetto quote unquote area, and there are nicer areas with bigger houses and stuff like that. Now honestly speaking, when it comes to this internalized what is it called, fuck, it lost me. What is it called? Systematic racism. Okay, the foundation of systematical racism is so that black people literally cannot be in white spaces because things are more expensive, or when you go to apply for a loan with the color of your skin, they can deny you. Okay, that is systematic racism. So black people are placed in shittier places and white people are placed in nicer places. Now Massapequa, where I work, is very you could see where the people have a lot of money, and then you could see where a lot of people don't. But the people that align with not having money usually are people of color or white people that are poor or whatever, or don't make like $1 million a year. So what ended up happening is we have these flyers that we send out, and a white straight man said, "Oh well, why do I have to deliver this? Like they're not gonna come anyway because the flyer was for something in the more richer area of where we work in Massapequa." But he said, "Oh, do I have to deliver this to the hood? They're not coming anyway." So he proceeds to ask every person of color in the office, which is like 7 people, and say, "Hey, should I deliver this? They're not coming anyway." And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how the fuck can you say some shit like that out loud and don't think that's not racist? Let's be so fucking for real right now. Let's be so real. Like, the thing is, I feel like a lot of people have never been told to shut the fuck up before, and they never got the ass beat, honestly speaking. I mean, like, come on. That right there, those microaggressions that white people exude and the things that they say and stuff like that, it's like it's like it's been so okay in their head to say and do things like this, as long as you're not saying the N word, as long as you're not, like, you don't have a swastika on your forehead, as long as you're not outwardly being racist, it's not a problem, but you can dance around the lines of it. That's what white people are teaching their white sons and daughters and relatives and all of this shit. And it goes into the places that they fucking work. And nobody checks them. Nobody. So it makes it okay for a straight white man to say some shit like that, thinking you're being funny. But you know what think he thought? He goes, that joke was so funny. I should be a fucking stand up comedian. And they do it, guys. Oh my God. And they do it and they get a Netflix special. And they're like, I fucking can't stand my wife. And I fucking hate people of color. But my cousin is black. So I'm not racist. Save it. Save it for another dumb bitch. It's not me, though. Anyway, I'm yelling. I'm getting passionate about that subject. This podcast is going to be a little bit longer, guys. Let me tell you. Oh, so the next thing I want us to talk about too, this podcast is going to be all over the place. It's about, do you guys know Horse Girl? I discovered her before on, was it TikTok? Why do I keep digging my nose? Have you guys ever heard of Horse Girl? Horse Girl is my queen, mother made starving. I love her so much. She is this woman that, I'm assuming a woman. I don't know what they identify as. I think it's she, her, but her name is Horse Girl, and she makes banger ass dance music. And like she wears, like, I don't know if it's like prosthetic makeup or whatever. Like when Melanie Martinez came out with Portals and she had like this whole character, Her character sticks though because it's literally a horse's face, and she has like the bust down 30-inch middle part. And I was watching interviews and stuff, and she even drinks from it. She even drinks from the mask, and like she's talking, and the mouth like moves, but it's like a horse face. Guys, listen, it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy, but that's why this podcast is about being different is okay. Having different ideologies in the sense of where it's not hurting anybody, it's okay. And Horse Girl is one of those people. And her music is fucking banger. She's talking about having like a record deal, being rich, and being that bitch. I watched an interview with her, and she has like a slight accent. I'm not sure, but I don't know what the accent could be. But if you guys look her up, she is like it's so cunt. I love it. And I love when people play into these characters and they keep it there and they don't get rid of it, because like that's truly what makes them happy and truly what they are. And they have it in this way of performing, and they make it their art, and it's just so cool to see somebody so passionate about one specific thing, and they make it like this ongoing bit. It's just great. I love her so much. Horse Girl, I know you're watching this. I know you are. Love you, girl. um and also with the topic of like being different, okay, my whole life, guys, I'm gonna give you guys a little 5-minute story. My whole life I've been considered different because I'm a gay man, okay? In my family, I'm the only openly queer slash gay person, and I'm of Jamaican descent, and you guys know that they're very fucking homophobic. So ever since I was ever since I could formulate thoughts, I knew that I was gay. I knew that I liked men. And I think my parents knew, but they thought that it was like a phase. And as I got older, I kind of suppressed it, along with, the way that society kind of molds men into a certain box, and I was never fitting that box because I've liked sparkly things. I've liked the color pink, but I told myself that that was whack. And like I liked men, but I tried to hide it. Like all of these things, along with like out of the norm, made me feel like an outcast, and I've been an outcast my entire life. Now, the type of person that I am, like I have such a strong sense of self that I don't care what anybody thinks about me, and I don't care how people want to perceive me, because that's their problem and not mine. I didn't really fully understand it growing up, but I've always had that fire in me to just stand up for myself and be who I am, which was different. Like I've tried to date girls, didn't work, because I the way that I the way that I relate with a woman is a place where I feel like we both go through the same sort of struggles, but I go through it a lot less because I am a man. Women go through these things of uh, catcalling, and like being sexualized and being silenced and having to do. And I've always felt things of that sense. And just because I am a slither of feminine, I get treated badly, which is why I'm an intersectional feminist, because when you're gay, you get a big, like you get a small rush, actually, of what women go through on a daily basis and what society has made and deemed okay to happen to women. So I definitely can empathize with women a lot, because I go through the same things as them, but not to the full extent. But uh, women I've always felt safe around. They never judged me. Every time I was in school, like it would be like they would separate like the boys and the girls and whatever, and like the boys would be playing basketball, the girls would be playing jump rope, and I always wanted to play with the girls because I hated playing with guys. They were too fucking rough and like they- annoying, and I was like, I want to go play with the girls. Like it's like way more fun that way. Like they're playing double dutch, they're playing catch, volleyball, super cute outfits. Love that so much. It was beautiful. Like women have always made me feel comfortable. And every time I would go and like play with them, my coach would be like, "Hey, Andre, get from over there. You got to be on the boys' side." And I'm just like, "But I don't want to be. I want to be with the girls." It was always way better. Um, so all that to say, like I've been different my entire life, and I felt like I knew that I was different. But with the big personality that I have, I've been able to build this person who I am today to where people are very attracted to. I mean, like aside from how I look, my personality, I'm very funny, super witty, I'm quick witted, and I think a lot of people are attracted to that. And it's gotten me very far in life. But I channeled me being different into something that would essentially help me be a better person in my life and benefit for myself being a good person. Because if you hang out with me, bitch, you're gonna be laughing. Okay? And I'm not trying hard to be funny. It's just like something that's natural for me. And I've been different my entire life, but I've made it work to a point where it's like it's a part of who I am, and I would never change all of the struggles and things I've went through because it literally made me who I am today. Not to get too deep, guys, not to get too deep, just saying. But being different is something that shouldn't be like I feel like people who are different and go outside of societal norms are like super cool because it's just like that takes a lot of bravery to be different because everybody is so like go on this path and don't go out of it because if you go out of it, that's weird. And the people that take the stand to be different are the people I want to be around because that bravery that you have is something that I relate with and that's just like it's just so it's just brave. I don't have any other way of really explaining it. And my entire life, yeah, I've been different. But all that to say this, I mean, I was very popular in high school and I won prom king. Clock that T with being different and being myself. Like people still liked who I was, and I uh I embrace being different. And I embrace not being in the norm and like because let me tell you one thing. When you're different, people laugh at you. But then down the line, they do the same thing that you do. And that's something that you have to really understand because people will watch you and people will laugh at you and be like, what the fuck is he doing? And then they turn around and do the same thing. Clock that T. Um, and to go into the next part of being different is I think a lot of people in society, well, in America at least, or you know what, everywhere, I think a lot of men specifically are upset that they're not able to be who they want to be because the patriarchy is whooping their ass. The patriarchy isn't good for anyone, okay? Men or women. It doesn't benefit a single person. But let me tell you something. A lot of people who adhere to the patriarchy are not happy. They're miserable. They take it out on other people. They make other people feel like, oh, well, if I have to be this person and you get to be different, fuck you and I can't stand you. That's the type of people that are miserable because they weren't brave enough to be different. And now they're stuck. They're stuck in this certain. Mocha, I'm recording the podcast. Mocha, no. Okay, hey guys. Guys, it's a dog party. It is a dog party. Have anything to say, Mocha? Anyway, so a lot of people, sorry, my dogs are here. You guys are just gonna have to see them. But the patriarchy is whooping a lot of y'all niggas asses, and y'all sitting here mad at everybody else because you're adhering. You might want to suck dick, and you don't even want to do it because you think that that's not something that a real man would do. And then the way that it affects women is like something so deep, which is like a whole other podcast. Like with misogyny, patriarchy causes misogyny because women are looked at as lesser than. They're looked at as the homemakers. They're looked at as the person that is supposed to have these children and snap back and be a good weight after. They're looked at as like somebody has who has to cook, clean, and if you don't do that the proper way, that not really a woman. And like there are things that are internalized in society that essentially make people very miserable because they're not able to be the person that they would like to really be because there's a certain way that you're supposed to be. Honestly speaking, I feel like when it comes to being a person, as long as you are a good, kind person, okay, you don't have to be nice, but as long as you're a kind person, anything else is possible. I'm telling you could be a kind person and your life will be so much better. And just understand that forgiving yourself for making mistakes It's like something that's gonna happen throughout life. And I'm gonna finish this podcast later. It's me again, a day later. Oh my god, guys, I am so sorry. Um, you know, it's been a little bit of a rough one, but I'm gonna end the podcast off, even though I ended it abruptly. I just want to let you guys know that I am in fact ending it. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to cut that out. It's sunshine outside, guys, as it always is. Um, uh, I got off track a little bit there, but I wanted to talk about something else too, but I think I'm gonna leave that for next episode. The next episode, hello, guys. Who who is she, and what is she doing? Do we know? Nope, not at all. Um, I'm gonna end it off here, and thank you guys for watching. Like I was on a whole full tangent, and listen, guys, right. Thank you.